Intermission over. Intermission over.
Action! Danger! Action! Danger!
Welcome, fellas. It's been a while. I'd say we just jump in. I've been doing a lot of work offline, so we're just gonna get over it somewhere in the stream. Show you what some of the new stuff I implemented. Actually not that much work left. Let's let's get this out of the way first. Right. Remember how? I think this isn't necessary, is it? Okay. Let's see. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Go. Probably need to break this up a little bit. Because it's a long hallway. Let's use this one. I think that works nicely. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Should I break this up? Maybe just leave it, it's not super long. Actually makes a good spot for an ambush. Yeah, let's keep it. actually replace this with just a sprite. Saves on sector work. Got a ceiling lantern, like this one. There we go. Might achieve even better results because it has built-in dynamic lighting, so. I will. Oh, weird. Let's actually keep this. Something like this. Let's see. Can we actually? Fine. Okay, this will do. Then we want a red ceiling color. Probably a nice trim for this one. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Well, we can adjust that. There's absolutely no need for this. Okay. Because the difference is truly minimal. Actually do the same here. So there's actually a very neat trick which I learned only recently. So we got this scale. So if we use an expression here, we can divide it exactly into two without having to calculate it. So I think no, times 2 then. There we go, see? It's wonderful, isn't it? The only thing, I think it has to be 3. Shit. Hey, Eddie, what is up? 300 files? Yeah. It's thankfully not this kind of map. It's not a slaughter map. Never was a 299, yeah. Never was a real fan. I never was a huge fan of slaughter maps, to be honest. There are some files, absolutely. Why? Well, I kind of prefer like a good mix between exploration and combat. It's just like, for me, it's too like constantly, constant ambushes, constant fights. It's gameplay-wise a little too exhausting for me. Kind of like a good pacing, you know, with the occasional trap or arena. I don't mind, but like constant, that's not my my thing. kind of like, you know, how the original Doom was built. I think that's, for me, that's a sweet spot. You got some nice encounters. Well, like the idea of slaughter maps, I have at least. It's like, well, you know, the existing ones which call themselves slaughter maps. Like the well-known ones, I guess. Where you have like, you go into a room and you got like 300, like, I don't know, and indeed like 300 enemies, revenants, for example, like just lined up in a row. Okay. Listen to slaughter maps. Well, I haven't played custom maps in quite a while, so not really sure how the idea of slaughter maps changed. Not really keeping up with the trends.
The debauchery and chaos we have had to endure will now end. Rome shall be again as she once was. A proud republic. Virtuous women and honest men.
Well, not that I hate it, but it's just not really my thing. Like, for example, one thing I didn't really like about the recent Doom games, like Eternal, for example, is that it's like you move from arena to arena. Okay, I will definitely look at it, check it out. It's an acquired taste, true. Because I feel like, you know, like Doom 2K16 and Eternal kind of feel like they're just like these modules connected together, you know. They pre-designed these rooms and just connected them through like minor hallways. It's different. Whereas kind of like the original Doom levels, they look and feel like they're like uniquely designed from every inch of the map is designed from scratch, where I feel like, you know, yeah, I don't like the module approach. I like kind of same like with these games which use like how do you call it, auto-generated, or then I'm not really sure what the term was. You know, they use a lot like, you know, like the rooms are automatically generated based on seeds or something. I don't like that. I kind of like when I like unique levels, you know. Yeah, something like that. I don't know how they call it. I forgot the term. They have a nice term for it. Procedurally generated. I don't like that. I feel like it gets boring real quickly. Like there are a couple of games which, like the gameplay I do like. I have a game, Rip Out. I kind of like the gameplay and I like the monster designs a lot, but the levels, they feel so boring, you know, because you can clearly see they're procedurally generated. Like they have a set of modules and they reuse it over and over, and okay, like every level kind of feels unique to some extent because, you know, they are rearranged differently, but still it kind of gets boring real quick. And that's something I really dislike in games. I prefer levels to be like uniquely designed. Everything in the level. I mean, it's okay to reuse certain assets, like a little bit of copy pasting like I did here, for example. That's fine. And even with that, I do try to switch it up. As you can see, these rooms are, let me actually show you real quick. So we got these rooms here. And there's a different one. It has the same shape, but as you can see, it looks totally different. So trying to be like keep the designs somewhat unique, or as unique as possible. Well, let's it has taken quite a while, yeah. And it's still not finished, but we're getting close. So, it has some copy pasting, but as you can see, minimal. Oh, thank you. Actually, as you can see, it's like this sector portal, for example, the skybox. It's actually fairly simple. Like, it's not a huge amount of detail, but still it looks great. If you check it out in the game. Let's actually work on creating a poly object here. I was looking for the name. There we go. It's actually fairly simple to do this. Just create poly object. I don't use it a lot, and I sometimes forget how it actually works again. But the script should make it simple. There's something from a selected line. Why it doesn't work, I have no idea. I did it before, this should work. Ah wait, of course I know. I have to use a shortcut because I have to use my mouse cursor. It has to be on screen. Let's see, what was the shortcut combination again? script. Control Alt P. There we go. Let's see, this is the start spot. One thing that is great is that it takes existing poly objects into account as well. So when it comes to numbers for the angles, you don't have to, as you can see, this one, it says rotation, but it's actually technically not. It's the poly object number. So if you have an existing one, it just adds one. Otherwise I have to look back through all my poly objects and see how many there were. So this is really great. I'm not really sure. There is one here. Oh, okay, that's it. So now it's safe to remove this one. I usually, just to get a feel of it, I usually build the poly object first, and then I just copy paste it so it's textured correctly, at least, as you can see. And the only thing I have to do now is actually add a spinner. This has to be centered. There we go. Huh. That's weird. Ah, I see. There we go. It was off. And the only thing I have to do is script it to make it spin. You can place it right here. Script. Let's pull up the mixer. Let's call it mixer 1, because I'm not really sure if I'm gonna add some more. Maybe for the final battle. So, 2 speed. I think that should be enough. Let's have a quick look. Not really sure what the hell causes that. It's weird. Not really sure what that glitch. Could it be that this has to do something with it? I'm not really sure. Probably not. Okay, let's test it again, but I'm gonna increase the speed to at least double. It is kind of weird though. Never seen it before. This glitch. It probably has to do with the angle. No, I can live with that. We'll just call it reflective. Can we make this sector kind of like strobe? Can we actually? Let's see if we can add some cool effect. No, the only thing like would be really cool if you could have like this whirlpool effect. The slime kind of rotates along with, but yeah, there are some limitations to the GZdoom engine. Though with a lot of work, you might achieve something. And not exactly that, but kind of close. Make it easy. Spread them out. There we go. I think that will do the trick. Close enough. Okay. Let's use 24. And what I want to do now, it involves a little bit of scripting. I kind of need a good interface for text prompts. Like if you have to press 2 switches, you get a message like 1 more to go. But instead of just plain text on the screen, I kind of want this like interface. Like with a computer prompt, something like that. This will actually allow for some interesting story building as well. which I can use for story building. So to speak. Just a little bit. So this is going to be like the final area here. What I want. It doesn't have to be huge, like a huge fight. But it's gonna be like an arena with a couple of environmental hazards. This trim actually looks really nice with the floor. Really happy with that. Let's see what is there still to do. I did add a script. I think this map uses the most difficult or advanced scripting I think I ever used. In a GZdoom map. Let's see. This one is actually pretty complicated as well. I have to still... Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, God. This is gonna be like a gamble. Okay, let's... see. This is just a quick test. Because I still need to create a sector portal for the pipe. So let's use this one to give me an indication where it's located. That is absolutely not in the center. It has to be centered. There we go. Kind of forgot to add this pipe. So as you can see, it has to be positioned, but obviously it needs to bring it a little bit more to the front. So it has to be aligned, because I kind of used one big skybox or sector portal for a couple of these areas, so you can, once you're here, you can actually see the structure over here. because the sky is interrupted, I could, you know, normally you could do like 2 different sector portals, one for this area, one for this. But since it's kind of overlapping, I kind of need to show it all at once. That's why I can't really use the structure of the rooms as reference. So just kind of like a guess. But normally I copy pasted, but I forgot this this one. So that's the reason why. But you know, with a couple of guesses, we can get pretty close. Have to check the alignment. You can actually calculate it, but I think maybe 64 units. That's pretty close. That's actually spot on. So there we go. Now we have our sector portal. What we can do now is actually, I just want to create like a top. So this is the perfect location. What I actually want to do is create something similar to this. So let's actually start building it. A few single steps, distinct sectors. I think something like this. It's pretty detailed. There's a lot of sector detail, but you know, I kind of wanted that round shape. So let's see. Let's actually start by, just for the sake of convenience, giving them different textures, so it's easier for the selection process. There we go. So you can just select everything that's connected with the same texture. It's a lot easier to select the separate rings. Now what I probably want to do, we can add detail once slopes are set. It's a delicate balance to find the good, like, find a good shape. I wanted to round off, but I probably, like, the rings probably have to be further apart, because this looks a little bit kind of like, I can actually toy with it a little bit. This could give me a better indication. probably helps if the rings are. I'm not really sure how, like, which distance they have to be from each other to create that. You know what I mean? Like, as you can see, different shapes. Now, normally, if you use some proper texturing, we can actually make it so like there's like like a valve on top or something, or a hatch. Let's see, I think we can use the pipe textures. I'm not really sure. This works very well for alignment. It's easy if you use the correct distance, or I mean, like they have to be all aligned. Like, not really sure what the term is. Like in the same. Like if you move this vertex for just a bit, it's off completely, and it ruins your the connection between the slopes. Let's see. I kind of want to create that hatch. Maybe this texture. You have a good circle, maybe something. Maybe I can use something along these lines. Rusty. It's too small. That's a shame, because I kind of like that. I like the color. Can we actually, maybe? Okay, maybe we can. Let's see. So it has to be floor. So let's start. So this means we have to, it's a little bit tedious. Or maybe it's not as tedious as I thought. If we extend this by 2. Now it's fucked up. I think a couple of deviations. I'm not really sure what causes this. The rest it seems fine. Not really sure where to position this. Getting close. I think this is it. Let's see how it actually the structure looks. Okay, so it was kind of rusty. This one has to be like more like a lighter rust. And the thing is, what makes this hard is there's no trim. And its color is different. So I probably need to use something else. I do like the color though. Maybe we can scale something. To make it look like it's a hatch or something, I don't know. Like this, if you were to squeeze this texture, you need like a trim at the top and the bottom. And this one. This candidate, though it's not really sure how you would align these textures. Like, is there a way to align them like along this axis? Yeah, that looks like kind of like a hatch. And it has like this nice trim so you can actually see. And this actually might work. Oh, this would actually, this close, look at the, like the connection. It almost seems like one texture. That's awesome. Now what we can do here is we could just add another trim. And we can, like there is a way, like if you really want to, this is what. It's not perfect. No. Obviously that doesn't work. You have to do it individually. But you know, it's that far out in the map, you probably won't even see it. So let's first test it. I can always raise it. That actually looks quite good already. Oh, this is actually perfect. One thing that would be cool though, and I think we can actually achieve this quite easily. We can play around with this, like if you were to do something like this, you select these, you get this nice, like, you lift it up, and this one you put down again, you get this nice true, like, extended 3D. It's subtle. And the only thing that is kind of hard is finding a good texture. Something like this could work, to be honest. Or maybe like, what would actually fit perfectly if there was like a light with like a lot of surrounding texture, you know? Let's see if I can find an example. There is not really something. What I can do though, but that's again tedious work. Or like, suppose we do something like this. 12. There we go. So it can be achieved. Just gotta make sure it looks good. For example, that is
In the small suburban town of Crescent Heights, strange and evil occurrences are commonplace. Nearly 2 centuries ago, a fanatical priest brutally murdered his adulterous wife and her lover in the consecrated grounds of the church. With the holy water contaminated and the altar defiled, a dimensional gate was opened, and from it came a monstrous sentient force, the harbinger of evil, the ectoplague.
I feel we could actually top this off differently and a little cheaper. I mean, cheaper in the sense of level detail required. What we can do is add a light, and there is a floor lantern animated, tall animated. And what we can do, it doesn't look impressive because it's small for a larger structure, but we can actually change the scale. Now, up close, this might look too pixelated, but from a distance, this actually looks way better. So let's have a look. There we go. Kind of like it. See, like, if you look at it from a distance, because this is as close as you can get to it, doesn't look out of place, the scale. And when it comes to texture alignment, like, there's no need to put in a lot of effort because you don't see like the small misalignments here. From this distance, it all looks the same, which is great. One thing I probably want to do is lower this. Can we? How does this work? Let's actually get in. Test it out how I did it again. Open upwards. Okay. Perfect. So as you can see, that is the means of transportation to like the upper level, which we're going to use again here. I think it's technically, from a technical standpoint, it's the most impressive map I ever made. Lots of new tricks using this map, which wonderfully well. So what we're gonna need to do is actually lower this. That. Might be a candidate. This one might even be better. can do actually. Just save it and actually make it drop. Where's my undo? Why doesn't it work? It's so weird. I think we should just stick to this and make this lower. At the same height. 6, 4, 8. It has to be the same. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's leave it. Really careful with undoing stuff. Let me see my there we go. I think we got it correct. This doesn't really matter too much because it's dark anyway, so okay. It's already set up actually. Perfect. Okay. So that's that. What I want to do with this actually is I want to create this like super fast elevator. And then just without too much magic, just extend it here and create like the final arena right here. It doesn't have to be huge. Not every map has to have a huge fight. But I think like maybe like a small, instead of like a big demon, I think this one might be actually be interesting to have like a small fight, like with lots of lower tier monsters, and then you can use the environment to your advantage, like a couple of crushers. Some rotating like pulley objects which damages monsters as well. Something like that. So we're just gonna create this super fast elevator. Or maybe like we can create actually the elevator which kind of starts slow, like in Half-Life. Starts slow, and then you get like an earthquake, and then it drops down super fast. It might be interesting to make something like that. Let's make the door first. And then you can actually just copy paste this. This is actually pretty great, and it works, as you can see, works like a charm. minor track, lower. Okay. Okay, we use see, that's the thing, like if there's too much what I'm gonna do for the next episode is actually create these prefabs for doors, certain objects, which I use again, like lifts, elevators maybe. Use these prefabs so I know the texturing is always the same. Like, it's not a huge deal, but for consistency I think it helps a lot. Like taking these small details into account. Because now I have to go back to like one of the first maps. Right. As you can see, it uses a lot of custom textures. And I think Q2F, 324 Q2F and my S20. See, that's why that's like, I kind of want to reuse that. Q2M. Huh. That's weird. That is weird. Oh wait. FMAS20. Must be a mistake. I would think something like this. Make more sense to me. Oh. Scale it properly. No. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And then this one just needs to be aligned. But I think is that correct? No. There we go. Yeah. Really, I think the blue really helps. Instead of just, but I have to do it in every map. I just tried it here. Just for experimentation's sake. See how it looks, and it looks actually way better than just using the, and it kind of draws the attention. pardon me, as the okay, so I'm just gonna try to, instead of manually just create a nice elevator. What would be 136? 168. And then we extend these by 8. 16. 16, I think. Kind of forgot to count. Well, the idea is that they're somewhat the same size. I can live with that. It's basically, practically equal size. Okay, so this is our elevator to hell. Now. We finally, because I was struggling a lot with creating complex elevators. What I want to do is leave a gap. Just 8. And this is going to be the actual elevator. What I'm going to do here, actually use this support. Can actually flank these as well, because this is 16. Scripts, flank. So we have the exact same. There we go. Then we can create the only thing I need to know is how deep this is going to be. It's going to be deep. Is this deep enough? No. Well, it's super deep. 4672. Okay, I think that's enough. So what we need to do now is, of course, bring this up. There we go. And the thing is, if you work with, if you use a stair builder method instead of then you can actually align these textures perfectly. Align them. Go. So now we need to select the texture for like it. One thing you have to keep into account is that it kind of, you know, obviously it repeats a lot, so you kind of want to have textures with a little bit of detail, but not like how can I explain this? Like this one would be too obvious because the repeating pattern would be too present. So it has to be something like this is better, for example. You know, even if it for example, fit height. So we can actually adjust until I'm not really sure what the I think this is what do we have here, 64. Yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't for this one, but of course it doesn't extend to the ceiling, so this is just an example. 256, so I feel like it's a little bit too stretched out, so we kind of need something with height 128. I feel like in the Doom 3 universe there's not a ton of options. Preferably something rusty, like this one is actually cool. I'm definitely gonna use it somewhere. That is an option. Might be too much. Kind of feel like I should stick to the Quake 2 textures here. Yeah, something like this. does feel like stepping into a different world here. One thing that actually might work, but it's, well, actually, it's a possibility. That's too much. That's not enough. Maybe something in the Quake 2 again. Quake 2 textures, like I said, they're really actually. No, and now I see it for the first time. It's not they're not really. It's, well, yeah, it's 136. I see. Well, it's not a big deal. Something like this can work. There we go. Might be okay, let's first just use a width. We're gonna need two. No, it's not too stretched out. Okay. I think can we? Well, the only thing is that this floor is actually I think we need to use it, because if the elevator drops down, this would remain like fully lit, which would look kind of weird. The only weird thing is that the floor obviously is lit, but we can actually I got an idea. We can, things do travel along with it. So what we're gonna do is actually, to make sure this elevator is like when it's in motion, we're actually we can switch the animated ceiling lantern on and off. So if it's in motion, we can actually make sure it's switched on, so it kind of, you know, you can see the elevator is going down, which is actually pretty cool. So we're going to use that. But let's focus on building the elevator first. All right. I'm going to take a very small break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hey, Morlanap, what is up, buddy? Welcome. It's been a while. How are you doing? Let's see. Surviving. Yeah, I've been had these serious back issues, like for 2 months, like my lower back and kind of mid back really hurts. So I'm doing like it's not a chiropractor, but there's a difference. I'm not really sure how you call it in English, but something similar. But so far not too much improvement. So it's been, yeah. It's been a bit painful. Because of it, I haven't been sleeping too well. Yeah, that's the one. Not really sure if that would kind of like, we call it the kine. Didn't know it was the same thing, but that's about it, yeah. So, super annoying. Okay, so it's a universal thing. Okay, well, but you know, hopefully there is some thank you. Hopefully it'll get, yeah, eventually get fixed, but doesn't look too great at the moment. But I guess I have to give it some time. Though 2 months is quite long actually. Yeah, true, absolutely. I can't really pinpoint like the moment when it first occurred. Just I think gradually snuck in. This lift doesn't have to be super complex. Actually use this one. I think that might be better. Because this will travel downwards as well. For the elevator. This goes down pretty far. Let's see, for this one, we can actually use the same. Now. This might be good. Let's see, we can use one. Gonna divide it into surfaces. Let's see, so times 2. I kind of want to consider, because these are the same. Well, there's a difference in scale, and I don't want to use the same texture because it looks kind of weird. So we're gonna use this one, or the other way around. It's also an option. I think this is fine. So we have our, can actually use the same here. Kind of like this pattern, like can we like exactly the same, although this comes pretty close. Kind of like this pattern. But you probably want to use the same. Although same as the above, let's see. Pretty close. Not exactly, but nobody will know. Well, you know. Look, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream for today. But I will be back. It's actually nice. If I use some lights here at the bottom. Because this travels along with me, I can actually. It doesn't have to be like darkened. Okay, let's remove that, and then let's see, we can use it for all of these. There we go. Let's move. What kind of It'll look a little weird. However, we can avoid that by actually see, there is a little the difference is minimal. We'll see how we do this. You can actually decrease the brightness overall. Let's see. Make it a little more. Yeah, I think this is fine. We can just do it for these balls as well. Okay. We'll figure something out next time. Thank you for joining, fellas. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.